All week long, we're talking about your safety, and today it's all about water safety. I'd like to welcome Del Mar Lifeguard Tomas Bryant. Welcome to Primetime.
Thank you, Taylor. How are you?
I love that you're in Del Mar because that's my city, and I love going to that beach. Oh, and it is right behind us. Look at that.
Beautiful still.
I know. So I was telling Tomas earlier that I'm stressed out taking my 8 and 10-year-old, especially when they were younger, but even now, they want to go play in the ocean. As we all know as parents, kids have no fear. It's
a dangerous place if you don't know what you're doing, definitely. So.
And it's very sharp. So how do we keep our kids safe? But even more importantly, we just had a surfer die, last week. So talk to us about safety.
Well, it all starts with, number one, knowing how to swim. So I would say if your kids don't know how to swim, get them into a swimming program, get them in some way so they are more comfortable in the water, and then you can trust them a little bit better. Also, we have a program, Junior Lifeguards, which really teach a lot of water safety and really beach knowledge and all that stuff. So that's a good place to start.
But when you have a big wave crashing on your head, it doesn't matter about swimming. I mean, it might matter eventually, but
the ocean is extremely strong, and we don't know what it's going to do all the time. So the best thing we can say for people is stay where you can touch at all times. Keep your feet on the ground. Water will move you around, especially if you're not touching, and it's really fast. We have a lot of dangerous currents out there.
And let's talk about those rip currents.
Yeah, so rip currents are a phenomenon that happens when all the water is going into the beach. It has to come back out, so it finds an avenue, and usually that's a place where the ground or the bottom of the ocean is a little bit deeper or something, so it creates a trough, and all that water is moving out quickly. So that can easily sweep you off your feet and take you out past the waves.
And then you can't come back.
Right, and then it's really hard to get back in. So there's a couple tricks that you can do if you are caught in a rip current. You want
wait for a lifeguard?
Wait for a lifeguard. Number one, we are on the beach watching, so that's definitely a good thing to do.
Yeah.
If you're a swimmer though, swim parallel to shore. Trying to fight against it and go into the beach straight against it is never going to work. So if you swim out of it, you'll find that you're out of that current, and then you'll be able to get in a lot easier. So.
Why do you think that surfer drowned?
It's tough to say. I mean, there's really a lot of unknowns with it. Especially finding his wetsuit with his board. It's something without being there that we can't know. We don't know what was going through his head. It's definitely a sad thing for his family, and we're there to protect people, but there's so many places on our coastline where there aren't lifeguards. That's why it's very important to swim and surf near lifeguards. You
know what I notice? I try to get the biggest, brightest umbrella, so I tell my kids, that's your landmark, and when you're out there, because it moves you down. It usually moves north, right? That's what I noticed.
Well, it moves depending on the currents, but that's extremely smart. I mean, we find missing kids on the beach all the time, all summer long. We have parents coming up to us that have lost their children, and it's really, when the beach is busy, it's easy to lose track of where you are, especially when you're 4 or 5 to 10 years old.
I can't tell you how much it stresses me out. It's not a relaxation time for me at all. It's like the kids want to go to the beach. Well, I have to be on guard, stressed out. And when there's 2 of them, and one's going one way and the other one's it's like I'm one person.
So I always say, when you're bringing your kids to the beach, make sure when you're coming onto the beach, show them where they are, show them the nearest lifeguard tower. If they are lost, don't walk around, find a lifeguard, because we're really good at finding people. So.
Jeez, how many people do you save a summer or a year?
Well, it depends. Obviously during the summer we're a lot busier, but we've had up to 50, 60 rescues in one day. So it just depends on what's happening with the currents or with the waves or all that stuff.
Do you have the statistics of how many people drown a year?
We have never had a drowning on our beach that wasn't medically related. We're very proactive how we lifeguard, and we make sure to move people around out of rip currents and stuff. So San Diego statistics I couldn't tell you, but we have never had a drowning in Del Mar, and we like to keep it that way.
Which is why I go there. I camp out right in front of the Del Mar station.
We are a great lifeguard service, so utilize us. Come to our beach.
I know, that's true. What? Not everybody come, because then there wouldn't be any space for me.
Definitely.
So what is the biggest issue, and where people almost drown, since you haven't had a drowning in a while? What is it, the rip current, or people just not knowing how to swim?
It's lack of swimming for the most part, and rip currents definitely play a big part in that, because they move, like I said, they move people around when they're not used to it. People aren't aware of how strong the ocean is sometimes, or they've only swam in a pool. We get a lot of visitors from out of town, so Arizona, Minnesota, and these people really don't know what the ocean does. So it's a lack of knowledge of what the ocean can do, a lack of knowledge for swimming, and then just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
good advice. Is there anything else you can share with our viewers?
Like I said, learn how to swim, keep your feet on the ground, be safe, and check for lifeguards. Swim in front of the lifeguard. We're there to help you use us.
Yeah, and you guys are strict out there. You're like, you don't want swimmers where the surfers are.
Nope. We want it to be the safest, fun place that it can be. So if it's not safe, it's not fun. So
you cannot break rules there, believe me. They won't let you.
Nope.
You have a great record because of it.
Yep, exactly.
But why do they have, explain to the viewers, because there's segmented areas for dogs and then the other
during the summer especially, and that's when we have our on-leash everywhere rules, we would have such an influx of visitors with their dogs that we were having dog fights, people were getting bit, all that type of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of waste, and people really aren't conscientious of other people. So we have to set up these rules, unfortunately, for the people that don't really think about other people, and that's why they're there.
But during the other parts,
during the winter, we have off-leash areas, and we love people to come down and use our beach and have fun.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will be seeing you this summer.
I hope so.